Hello everybody, in today's video we're going to be unboxing the black edition of the Fangshi. So let's just go ahead and open it really quick. Now I ordered two of these because I really like it, and so I wanted to have one as a main and one as a backup. So let's go ahead and open this up. Cut this open some more. Alright, so there are the puzzles. That's one, and that is two. All right, so I've been looking forward to these for a while. I see I've got some Calvin's Puzzle Lube in there, and same with this one, and it comes with high viscosity, and this one is also high probably. Yep, high viscosity. All right, so I guess since I've already shown the pieces, I guess I'm just gonna take some time and assemble it, and you know, and then come back with my stickers on it and all that kind of stuff and show you what it's like. All right, so there we go. There's a black Fangshi. That was a little bit quicker than I thought. So the box is really nice. I want to take a close look at this. So you can see that it says FS for Fangshi. Now, I know that it's a Fangshi ShuangRen, and I'm sorry I'm not pronouncing that properly, but I know that it's also by Fun's Puzzle, I believe. So I don't know why. See, yeah, Fun's Puzzle. ShuangRen. So I don't know where the term Fangshi came from. Maybe it's just a branch off of Fun's Puzzle. I'm not sure. Just sort of like we have two brands that are made by the same company. You know what I mean? And here, I've also seen this in JR Cuber's one as well. 57 millimeter, which is what this is, and a 54.6 millimeter. So maybe they're going to make a smaller one. Try my best, Fun's Puzzle. Warning, avoid to put any parts into mouth or choke on. Don't dismantle cube by force. All right, so anyways, let's go on to the performance. Let's open this thing up. Now, I've already stickered this and lubed it and done a bunch of averages. I just put it back in the box so you guys can see what you're gonna get. Now, I actually don't have a full set of stickers that I like, so I had to use a bright orange, which I'm not a big fan of. As you can see with the checker pattern, it does look okay, but I actually prefer a fluorescent orange and not bright orange. So I'm actually changing my sticker scheme. I'm going to try a new one, and they're coming from Cubesmith, and it's going to have red, white, yellow as regular, and then it's going to have fluorescent orange, and then light blue and light green. So we're going to try that out once it comes, but I got to say, I'm really, really impressed with this puzzle. I really like it. It's just such a smooth turning puzzle, you know. I don't have anything bad to say about it. The only thing, like I mentioned, I think I mentioned this before, is that sometimes your fingers can actually get caught on the edge pieces because they are caps, as you can see, and sometimes my fingernail gets caught in there, and so it's actually a good thing because I keep my fingernails fairly trim as a result when I try to speed cube. Sometimes when I'm not cubing for a while because I'm working too much, my nails can get long, and then I really notice that when I actually solve on this puzzle. But I really, really like it. I have the tensions on this one set a little bit tighter than usual. I'm trying to, you know, just use tighter tensions. It forces me to be more accurate, all those kind of things. So if you're a newer cuber and you like really loose tensions, I really do suggest you tighten them up a little bit because it will make you more accurate. But it still does cut 45, but anything past it, it doesn't really cut. I guess it does a little bit, but I don't need it to cut 45 even anyway. So, but it's cool that it can do it. Reverse corner cutting is also very nice on this puzzle. Now, I'm not sure what else I can say about this. I mean, I've already shown it before, so I guess what I'm going to do is just do a solve. Okay. Oh. So it moves really, really nice, and I knew that it was going to replace my Zhanchi. Now, I was a Zhanchi man for a long time. I swore by the Zhanchi, and I still do. The Zhanchi is a really good cube. I don't think that this is, you know, way more better than the Zhanchi, but I do believe that it is better than the Zhanchi, for me at least, and it's more just the weight, the feel of it. Now, you guys have probably seen on some videos that it's got a scratchy feel. I'm going to turn the mic here for a second so you guys can hear this. Okay, so it's not as scratchy as you've heard in other videos, or even in in my prototype video, you know, before I lubed it, it was a lot scratchier sounding. It's sort of hollow sounding, and now it's not like that. I lubed it up. I'm gonna turn the mic back, but I did lube it up, and I gotta say that if you add too much lube to the pieces of this, it can actually slow it down a little bit, and I'm not sure why that is, but if you add just the right amount, it does turn really, really good. And now that I have two of them, actually, yeah, now that I've got two of them, sorry, I'm gonna have one where I only lube the core and not the pieces, because I found that it turns very, very well without lubing the actual pieces. Lubing the core is pretty important. It gets rid of spring noise, just makes everything turn better. Also, it just, you know, lubing the core just really keeps your puzzle in really good shape, because the spring's not like, you know, grinding on things and stuff like that. But, you know, I think that the other way too, like having it without lube on the pieces, even though the sounds a bit hollow and a bit scratchy, it's still really, really good. And now that I've lubed it and I've added just the right amount of lubricant, I would have to say that this has sort of the feeling and sound of maybe a ghost hand, but not quite as blocky as a ghost hand. And if you guys have a ghost hand, you'll know what I mean. It's a really smooth cube. It feels very, very strong and stable, but it's also blocky at the same time. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of room in there, whereas, you know, on a Fangshi, it's very hollow on the inside, you know, whereas on a ghost hand, it really fills up the inside with the pieces. So I think that they tried to minimalize this on the Fangshi, but I really, really enjoy this cube, guys. There's not really a whole lot more I can say. I've already reviewed this before, but I did want to get a black one. I wanted you guys to see it as well. There's absolutely no difference between this and the prototype, except for the core. And I'm going to show you that on this other one that I have. Now the core is a little bit different. All right, so this is the core. Okay, so here is the core. Now you can see that it looks a little bit different, but if you really think about it, it's not that much different. Now if I cover these round pieces, now it looks like a regular core, except for these pieces here poking out, of course. But you can see how it's round. It's sort of square round, but you can see that if these pieces here were taken out, it would be a regular core. And a lot of people, well, not a lot, I've heard a couple of people say, I switched it out for a Zhanchi core, a Dian core, and it works a lot better. I don't think that switching out the core on this puzzle will make it a lot better. I mean, these pieces here, this, you know, round part, if you took that away, it's just a regular core. This part here is not touching anything, so it cannot make your cube better by putting a different core in there. This core works perfectly fine. I have absolutely no problems with this one. It does not. Screws go in relatively straight. It is a bit cheap though, but maybe the screws went in really straight on this because I had luck. I have heard of some screws going in a little bit crooked, but I've had that before in cubes and I just don't really notice any difference. I also want to show you guys the texture of these pieces. The texture is really, really nice. So I'm actually going to take my camera off the stand really quick. Bring in my light, get really close so you guys can see. All right, turn the mic. This is a little bit different for you guys, eh? So here we go. Now you can really see, if I can get up close, the texture. Okay, wow, it looks really, really nice. It's sort of like a shiny metallic, you know, but I really do like the plastic. I think it's a very nice plastic. And it honestly reminds me of the finish of one of my Tripoon puzzles. The spray paint he uses is very nice. You can see a bit of flashing here on the corner right there. No problem at all. But yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys that. All right, so I do recommend this puzzle. Obviously, there is a link in the description as usual to where you can get it. This is definitely replacing my Zhanchi. I will be using this in a competition coming up in August 3rd in Vancouver. If you're local, come on down and compete and have some good times. Also, I know that, you know, I've reviewed this cube called the Moyu, and it is now released at hknowstore, so it is not a pre-order. You can buy one. It is also very good. And I know I've been getting a lot of questions of people asking me, is it better than the Fangshi? And in my Moyu video, I also said that I have to wait until I get the black one to know. This is going to replace my Zhanchi. Is the Moyu going to replace this puzzle? I have no idea. We'll have to just wait and see about that. I have a feeling that it might. I mean, it's really, really good. It's just the sound is really loud, but we'll see. The performance is very, very good. So I've been getting a lot of questions about that. So hopefully this will answer that for you guys. I will give you a final answer about a week after I get it and I can get used to it and see which times I get better and all that kind of stuff. All right, guys. So thanks for watching and I'll see you on my next video.